Okay, here we can see the three different vertebrae. This is the lumbar vertebrae. Notice the big chunky body. This is one of our weight-bearing areas. And remember, you have 5 lumbar vertebrae. Then we move to thoracic. Thoracic has about a medium width body. You can see this long spinous process. And remember, thoracic is the middle portion of your vertebral column, and you have 12 vertebrae. Then we move over to the cervical, which is the neck region, and you have 7 cervical vertebrae. Now, the cervical vertebrae are the easiest to tell because they are so tiny, and you can see 2 little nerve holes. Okay, now we're gonna switch. All right, now we're gonna go over the atlas and axis. All right, so this is C1, which we call the atlas. Now, these are going to articulate with the occipital condyles of the skull we saw earlier. All right, so notice a nice flat area. All right, so C1 is Atlas. Way to remember this is Atlas was the Greek god that held the world up on his shoulders. And so think your head is circular, much like the world. All right, so C1, Atlas. Then we move over to C2, or axis. Now, you have to identify this little process. This is called the Odontoid Process, or the dens. Now again, this is the second cervical vertebrae, or C2, and we call this axis. So the way I remember this is that the axis sounds like an axle. Axles are underneath cars, so that tells me that this is underneath the atlas. So C1, atlas, C2, axis.